The materials that you're going to need for this video are going to be your yarn. I'm using a size 4, a 5mm hook, a pair of scissors, measuring tape, and I'm just using scrap yarn for stitch markers. To begin, we are going to take our yarn and make a slip knot. Put our slip knot on our hook. And then we're going to make a chain that goes around your dog's neck. Make sure it fits over their head. I have a dog with a big head, so I am going to make 85 stitches or 85 chains. But then from there we are going to add 10 more stitches onto that so we can overlap them at the neck. I'll show you what I mean when we get there. So in total stitches, I will have 95 stitches because I added the 10. So what I mean by it's going to be overlapping is we're going to count 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once we get a few rows done, it's going to be overlapping like this so that we can put buttons on and button it closed, just so it's like easier to go over their head. And then we're going to chain 1, insert our hook into the second chain, and half double crochet all the way down our row. And then we will chain 1, turn our work, and half double crochet back. You will continue to make half double crochet rows until this is thick enough for your dog's neck, so it goes from the head to the bottom of the neck, about where the shoulders start. I did a total of 9 rows, and now we are going to take our end with our hook on it, and we are going to overlap with the other side going on top, and we're going to count, well, we're going to chain 1. So let's do that first. We will chain 1, and then we are going to overlap. We're going to count 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, insert into the other side on the 5th stitch, and then insert into the first stitch on the side that your hook is on. Yarn over, pull through, and make a half double crochet. Again, we are going to half double crochet into both. So insert into the first panel, insert into the back. And 3 more times. 2. Or that was 3. 4. And 5. And then keep half double crocheting all the way around till you get back to the beginning. When we finish that row, we will slip stitch into our first stitch, then cut and tie off our yarn. Now we are going to need to mark a few stitches. So first we are going to fold our project in half this way and mark the middle stitch up here. This is going to be the back. And then we are going to fold it this way. Now we are going to make the leg holes. So I have a pretty big dog. I am going to skip the first 12 stitches because I have a big dog. If you have a smaller dog, you can do less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mark that stitch. And then on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mark that stitch. Once we have the leg holes marked out, we are going to take our yarn again, make a slip knot, insert that onto our hook, and place it into this stitch marker first, pull it out, and I did that backwards. Put your hook in, then put the slip knot onto your hook. Pull the slip knot, then chain one. There we go. Half double crochet over to the other stitch marker. So half double crochet over to here. When we get to the stitch marker, we are going to chain one, turn our work, and put a half double crochet into each stitch all the way across this area. This is going to be what goes on your dog's chest, and we are making the armholes right now. So you are going to make this the length so that your dog's arm will fit in over here. I'll let you know how many rows I do after I do them, or you can measure them. That's what we got this for. We can measure the length and create however many rows we need. I made a total of 14 rows. This is the beginning of my dog's shoulder. This is the end, if I wasn't clear. So now we are going to work on the top part. We are again going to mark our middle sides. Insert your hook into the stitch. Make a slip knot. Pull it through, chain one, and then we are going to half double crochet to this middle stitch marker that we had, but we are going to go 2 stitches before it. So there will be 3 stitches that we are not going to stitch into, so half double crochet over to 2 stitches before that middle stitch marker. So 2 stitches before our top middle stitch marker, we are going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we are going to skip those 2 stitches, the middle stitch with our stitch marker, and then 2 more stitches on the other side of that, and we're going to go into this stitch right here and make a half double crochet. This is going to be the loop for your harness. If you don't want a harness, then you don't need to do this. But now we're just going to take that stitch marker out and continue to half double crochet over to the other side stitch marker. Pull out your stitch marker, chain 1, turn your work, and put a half double crochet into each stitch, and then when you get over to the chain spaces, you will put 1 half double crochet into each chain space, and then half double crochet over to the other side. Then chain 1, turn your work, and continue to do half double crochet rows until you have the same number of rows you did for the chest piece. I am going to do 14 rows. I now have 14 rows for the front and 14 rows for the chest. And now I will chain 1 and turn my work, and then half double crochet all the way down one more time. So half double crochet all the way down to this side. From here we are going to make a chain half of the number of these stitches. So I did 12 stitches here, so I'm going to do a chain of 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So again, that is half the number of these stitches that we left for our arm, well, our dog's leg. And then we are going to half double crochet into the chest panel, first stitch, and then we are going to continue to half double crochet down the chest panel. At the other leg, we are again going to make our chain. Again, mine is 6 chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we are going to slip stitch into our back panel. Just like that. And then chain 1. And we are going to half double crochet in each chain space, each stitch, each chain space, then each stitch, slip stitch into our first stitch, and then chain 1, turn our work, half double crochet back around. Keep repeating half double crochet rows until this gets to be the length of just under your dog's rib cage. That's going to be about 10 rows for me. Here is what we have. This should come down to the bottom of your dog's rib cage. And now we will cut and tie off our yarn. This is where we start to decrease so that it doesn't get peed on or anything. So we are going to take our stitch markers again, and we're going to mark the inside of the leg where this chest piece was. To do that, I'm just going to use my hook as a guide. Put the stitch mark in. And again with the other side. And put the other stitch mark in. So we have this. We are going to take our yarn again, make a slip knot, insert our hook into one of the stitch markers and pull the slip knot through, chain 1, and then we are going to half double crochet into each stitch all the way around to the other stitch marker. Once we finish our last half double crochet for this row, we will chain 1, turn our work, and half double crochet decrease. To do that, we are going to yarn over, insert into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through all of the loops, and that is a decrease stitch. And then we will continue to half double crochet down our row until we get to the last stitches over here, and we will do another decrease stitch. We will continue to do decrease rows until the length is where we want it to be. It's going to be about to where their tail starts. I will see you when you get there. Once it becomes the desired length that you want it to be, you are going to cut and tie off your yarn. And then to make it look nicer, we are going to crochet around this part and around the legs so that it looks just a little bit nicer. I'm going to switch up my color. You don't have to, but I just wanted a little accent color. Attach it to the bottom so that you can't really see it. And then half double crochet until you get to this stitch right here. So the stitch before where we start decreasing over here, we are going to do a decrease stitch. We're going to decrease this so that we don't have a gap in there. So make your decrease stitch and then put it into the row and make another half double crochet decrease. Pull through all of the loops and see there's not really a hole there. And we will just continue to put one half double crochet into each row. And when we get to the top, we're going to put one half double crochet in each stitch and then one half double crochet in each row until we get to the last row, and we're going to do a decrease stitch and then half double crochet over to our beginning, slip stitch into our beginning, then cut and tie off our yarn. And then you're going to do the same thing to the leg holes. You will attach your yarn, and then when you get to the rows, you're going to do a decrease stitch and then one in every row, decrease stitch, one in every stitch, decrease stitch, one in every row, and then half double crochet, slip stitch, cut and tie off your yarn. Do that to both legs. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the pattern, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.